Also forgot to mention that Katie just received her PRSS certification as well. She worked her butt off for that, so we're really proud of her. And then Caitlin is going to introduce our final speaker for the day.
All right, guys. This person, she is so near and dear to our hearts over at the Resource Center. She started out with us how many months ago? 18? Yeah, so she's been around for a hot minute. But Miss Michelle Michon, please come up here and tell us your beautiful story.
I am old. Getting. Hi, everybody. My name is Michelle Michon. First of all, I'd like to have a moment of silence for the sick and suffering, and also for Ted Michon, because he passed away at this event last year while Crystal was speaking, so I'd like to have a moment. You could use it for anything that you want. Can we have that moment now? Thank you. The most important thing I can tell you is that I am an addict in recovery. Today's a special day because I'm 16 months clean today. And I say that because I entered this process 13 and a half years ago, but today I'm 16 months clean. And I say that for those who struggle in their recovery because I know that there's a stigma that when you go back out, that it's hard for you to come back in, but you just have to dust yourself back off and just, get back into the program because it's hard for us. And I know some struggle more than others. And that's what my story is about. It's about struggling in recovery. But just get back in there and do what you have to do. Like I said, I came into recovery 13 and a half years ago. I came back here from Miami during the pandemic, during the height of the pandemic, because I was in failing health. Now, if you notice, I am quite a bit older than most people, and my drug of choice is heroin. And most junkies that make it to my age are usually dead. So I'm very blessed to be standing here in front of you. My dirt started back here in Martinsburg many years ago, and I just could not get clean here. So what I did was I went to Florida for recovery to get clean, and I said, oh my God, I'm going to Miami. So I'm either going to die in Miami or I'm going to get clean in Miami. And I did get clean in Miami, and I was able to get my life together. I can't say that I stick and stayed. I did have what they call relapses, and I hate that term because I got labeled a chronic relapser, and I don't like that. Because when you get labeled a chronic relapser, I never heard the term, you're a chronic relapser, but that can change. So just for today, I'm gonna stay clean, and I hope tomorrow, just for today, I will stay clean because I keep it in the context of it being a 24-hour program, and I like that because I can do that one day at a time. So with that being said, over my tenure of 13 and a half years, I've saw a lot of grimy things, and I've done a lot of grimy things. Of course, I was a liar, a cheat, a thief, and I've watched my family mourn me living. And that was probably the most painful thing that I ever did, was watch my family mourn me while I was alive. But I didn't realize that until I got some clarity about me. And let me tell you, what I did to my family was horrendous. And I look back on that now, and I say, oh my God, if I could have stopped that when I was using, that would have been the best gift. But the best gift now in recovery is the repaired relationships. The things that you get back are phenomenal. I mean, I had a mountain of wreckage no driver's license, no home, no family, you know, a record. I've been to jail. I have felonies. I had more time in jail than I had in society. My freedom was taken away. Well, I gave it away. Distribution of heroin, just things that I just thought that I could never, ever repair. You know, the sense of uselessness and helplessness. A small child that I used to ride around in a car, and he used to say, "Mommy, you think you could drive with your eyes open today?" And I thought I was a good mother. Just those things, the guilt, the shame, and remorse that you had to work through, because drugs is just a symptom of the disease, and that you have to work on all those behaviors and all those character defects that you have and all that garbage that you have in your conscience. And that when you come into recovery, you get a chance to clear that up. You get to work on your mind and your heart and your consciousness, and you get to line all that up. And you get to have a freedom that you wake up and you don't have to worry about using or not using. And you just get to live without the worry. And you can look society in the eye and become a gainful and productive member of society. And you don't have to worry anymore. And you can just love and receive love and not have to worry about breaking the law or going to jail or worry about the sirens behind you. It's just so much the sky's the limit. I mean, I got so sick last relapse that I got osteomyelitis in my spine and lost the ability to walk and spent 42 days in the hospital. And I was like, God, I promise you, if you let me live and take away this pain, I promise you, I will live for my son, I will live for my sister. And I was able to help my son with his father's funeral. I was able to help my sister through breast cancer. Now, like, if I was on drugs, I wouldn't have been there. I wouldn't have been there for my sister to help her through breast cancer. I wouldn't have been able to help my son through his father's funeral. You know, these are the things that recovery has given me. I wouldn't have been able to go back to school. I wouldn't have a job that I help people that are less fortunate than me. You know, when I came into recovery with a suitcase this big, with everything I owned, you know, and now I have a life that is beyond my wildest dreams. They say that, and when I came in, I said, oh, that's a bunch of crap. And all those sayings that they say, don't leave before the miracle happens. You know, I was like, yeah, right. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear them sayings. I don't want to go to meetings. I don't want to do the step work. I don't want to call my sponsor. But you know what? You have to have a complete surrender, and there are things that you have to do in recovery. It takes work. I know that when it was raining out, or it was snowing out, or it was anything out, I know I got up and I went and got that dope. So you got to put that much effort and that much emphasis on your recovery, because the rewards are great. So if you put as much energy in your recovery as you did seeking that dope or that hit or whatever it was to take you outside of yourself, put that much energy into your recovery and you'll see the benefits. I mean, I'm going to be 59 years old. I started using when I was 11. Okay? I mean, I was looking for love in all the wrong places. And I mean, we all use, I think, but this is for me, I use over trauma. And that's what I need to work on. And I know that I wake up an untreated addict every day, and I have to do something to treat that, just like any other disease. And if I don't, I just might fall off. And I can't take that chance today because I have too much to live for today. My son's right here, Teddy. This is a beautiful gift right here. I am so proud. Beautiful wife next to him. I would never, ever do anything to jeopardize what I had because I love myself too much. It comes to a point where you have to love yourself enough not to put that substance into you. But I love him enough to have a mother that will die with dignity and die clean. And with that, I'll keep coming back. Raise all your hands if you're in recovery today. God bless you all. May you all have a slow and healthy recovery. My name's Michelle and I'm an addict.